VOX, we have information on a murder investigation, school shutdowns, and more. Elaine Webb will have your local weather, and Caleb Dugan will have your sports.
It's Thursday, January 24th, 2019, and you're watching VOX News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Tori Freeman.
A Bradley County woman accused of killing her husband more than 2 years ago has been found guilty of second-degree murder. The murder of James Cheatham happened on October 31st, 2016. He appeared to have been shot several times and was taken to the Tenova Hospital where he was pronounced dead. James' wife, Miranda, was taken in for questioning. Back in 2017, a grand jury indicted her on second-degree murder charges, and yesterday, the jury in her trial reached a guilty verdict. Miranda Cheatham will be sentenced in April.
2 local school systems are closed due to illness. Grundy and Marion counties are both out for the rest of the week after dozens upon dozens of students called out sick. Both school systems are hoping to resume normal operations come Monday.
Federal employees aren't the only ones being affected by the partial government shutdown. It's also taking a toll on some of our great cultural institutions. As the world's largest museum, research, and education complex, the Smithsonian comprises 19 museums, 9 research centers, the National Zoo, and many educational units and programs. Through the use of carryover funds from the last fiscal year, the Smithsonian Institution was able to remain open for the first 11 days of the shutdown. During that holiday period, more than 1 million visitors were inspired and informed by their exhibitions and programs. When these funds were exhausted on January 2nd, the Smithsonian was forced to close their doors to the public. The 173-year-old institution says it's been losing about $1 million a week because of the shutdown.
Police have found their suspect in the sexual assault at Hacienda Healthcare. 36-year-old Nathan Sutherland was a licensed nurse who was the primary healthcare provider for the victim and has been employed at Hacienda since 2011. Although his lawyer claims there was minimum evidence of his client's involvement, Sutherland was booked in Maricopa County Jail on $500,000 bond on Wednesday. Sutherland is facing 1 count of sexual assault and 1 count of vulnerable adult abuse. He has never been charged or convicted of any other major crimes.
The European Space Agency announced Monday it has signed a 1-year contract with Arain Group, a European aerospace company, to explore mining regolith, which is also known as lunar soil or moon dust. This mission would be a collaboration between technicians and aerospace scientists from France, Belgium, and Germany. While the project is still in the research phase, it is also part of a wider effort to commemorate the 50th anniversary of mankind's first steps on the moon. They plan to start mining by 2025.
One of the most high-profile murder investigations in recent years has produced an unusual outcome. Amanda Knox, formerly accused of murdering her British roommate Meredith Kircher, is receiving reparations as a European Human Rights Court orders Italy to pay her almost $20,000. This happens as the court says Italy didn't succeed in proving that the restriction of Miss Knox's access to a lawyer had not irreparably undermined the fairness of the proceedings as a whole. Knox was decidedly cleared of the murder in 2015, but had her acquittal come into question after falsely accusing a Congolese bar owner of the murder. An Ivorian immigrant was eventually convicted and is now serving time for murder.
While some go to the store in search of groceries, one man had other plans. Raymond Thompson, who lives in Brooklyn with his wife Malin, who was diagnosed with kidney disease 2 years ago, doesn't even have a Twitter account. But he knew something was going on when his phone began lighting up with calls and texts from unfamiliar numbers all over the world. Strangers were offering to give Malin a kidney. Raymond plans to contact those who've reached out starting in January, But even if a viral Twitter picture results in Malin getting a kidney and moving off of dialysis, the Thompsons don't believe their work will be done. The wait can be long for those in need of a kidney transplant. Of the nearly 100,000 people waiting for a kidney last year, only about 20% were able to find a match, according to the United Network of Organ Sharing. Finding that match took an average of 3 to 5 years. Now let's send it over to Lane with your weather report.
I'll have information on icy roads, your forecast, and much more after this break.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote! You could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Welcome back, Buckaroos. Taking a look at our local radar, we can see that the rain from yesterday has in fact moved on east. It's waved goodbye and it is going away. Taking a look at our national radar, we can see that the wall of rain from yesterday has in fact moved on east, and it's about to hit the east coast within the next couple days. And we do have a couple spots of snow out in the Midwest and up north due to cold weather. Speaking of cold weather, many people are feeling the ice as we see planes and cars drifting out of control. Let's send it over to our weather reporter, Connor Gray, for more.
This is your weather reporter, Connor Gray. Today we take a look up in Wisconsin as a plane on the runway drifted slightly out of control. It was not in service and there were no passengers on board. It is currently being towed to another gate. Up in Massachusetts, a car drifts out of control and almost hits an officer before he barely moves out of the way. This is just a reminder to not drive fast on the icy roads.
Now let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 40 and a low of 24. Friday will be sunny with a high of 37 and a low of 24. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be partly cloudy with highs of 45, 48, and 53, and lows of 30 and 38. Tuesday will be a mix of rain and possible snow with a high of 43 and a low of 17. And finally, Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 33 and a low of 16. That's all for weather. Now let's send it over to Caleb Dugan with sports.
I'll have your Bradley wrestling, basketball, and more after the break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
Tonight will be the district wrestling finals. The Bradley Bears will face Walker Valley at 6 o'clock. The winners will go on to the regional competition, onto the Bradley Bears basketball. The Bears and the Bearettes will play Ottawa. The Bearettes start at 6 o'clock and the Bears will start at 7:30. This is a very high intensity game. I would not miss it. We also have some local basketball scores, starting with the Vols basketball team. The men Vols beat the Vanderbilt Commandeers 88-83. That game went into overtime. Now onto some NBA scores. The Pacers beat the Raptors 110-106. The Cavaliers Cavaliers lost to the Celtics 123-103. And the 76ers won against the Spurs 122-120. And as you can see, there are tonight's games down below. That's all for me. Let's send it back to Tori, Mary Beth for your school announcements.
God's children, we got to come together and share the good feeling. 'Cause nothing ever gonna make this world better if we don't start believing that love really, really, really is the answer. Everybody join hands 'cause it's time now. Spread the love, spread the love all over the world. Spread it all over the world. If we just love each other, and lift up one another, shine a light from every heart. Now. We got to spread the love all over the world. We've got to spread the love.
What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth.
Mr. Essler.
Tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at our school announcements.
Prom 2019 is Saturday, April 13th at the Hunter Museum in Chattanooga. Tickets will go on sale in the cafeteria March 25th.
Seniors, Balfour will be here February 5th to pick up cap and gown orders. Also, seniors, cap and gown pictures will be taken on February 6th. Prepay envelopes are available in the main office. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTNB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears!